We're going to start this clip with Damien O'Connor. It's only about 60 seconds, but it finishes with you speaking. Lots of people in the chat, just so you know, talking about and wanting us to tell you how amazing you were in the house today, especially around Palestine.
Oh, so thank you.
Let's just play this, and then I'll
follow Spider-Hoof.
Get your thoughts around it. That's from Spider-Hoof. There you go.
Yeah. A call to an end to this depravity, this genocide, this slaughter. That's what it is. And I call upon Israel, a nation that has been set up and seeks sympathy and support because of the Holocaust and the outrageous outcomes. I call on that nation to look at itself and to apply the same humanity to the people of Palestine.
The sentiment echoed by the Greens.
But it is intolerable and grotesque to suggest the actions of the Israeli government are self-defence. This is retaliation against civilians.
The entire party donning keffiyeh in support of Palestine.
Every 10 minutes, one of those kids, somebody's everything is killed in Gaza.
As did Te Pāti Māori's Debbie Ngarewa Packer.
From the river to the sea, Palestine must be free.
As members gave passionate...
So lots of people wanted to pass on their thanks for the way you spoke today. Just while you're here, can you share anything with us from what's going on, what you guys are trying to do, how you guys are operating towards this, this world humanitarian crisis over there?
Oh, look, we have got everything. The same way that we mobilise our people in 72 hours, it's the same absolute access to every social, every influence, every influencer, every discussion, every kaupapa we go to, every time we're on TV, unless somebody's actually washed hers and hasn't brought it into mahi. But the reality is that we have an obligation to bring about not only an awareness. I mean, I just cannot imagine how those parents who are sharing their babies, how those family members who are sharing their wives, who are just left the rawness out of their grief for everyone to see. So they're relying and trusting on us. They're trusting on us to be their mouthpiece, to share in a way that they simply can't. So we have to keep pushing. And I've said this 100 times, I'll keep saying it, as a descendant of Pariaka, as a descendant of Taranaki, who some of my tupuna are in Dunedin and unmarked graves, we must push back against genocide, against colonisation, against apartheid, and just against this absolute violence that we're seeing, extremism of violence. So we all collectively have an obligation. And people keep saying to me, oh, you're just an opposition. What can you do in opposition? I don't know, ask Nelson Mandela, because he was the longest standing politician in opposition. Stop talking like that. You don't have to be in the cabinet and doing their business as usual, signing checks. This isn't money. I mean, it is for bloody US and that, but what it is about us carrying the load as humans and us reminding that at no stage are those warmongers and those anti-peace people okay. Today, I just share quickly, I was coming back from a kaupapa and was going on to precinct. I was parking my car up and got in the middle, actually, I was waving out to our Gaza, our Palestinian protesters, and had this absolute cuckoo come over from the protest with Brian Tamaki. Got all over my car, got on my grill, blindsided me, just really abusive, put the flag, Israel flag, and so I couldn't move. Anyway, where I'm going with this is that our Palestinian whānau were able to de-escalate it, but I've been to Wellington, Ngamotu, Wanganui, here in Patia, no protest have I ever seen for our Palestinian whānau has behaved like that. That is the aggression around those who are anti, free Palestine. So we have an obligation, whānau, whether you're political, whether you understand it or not, we have an obligation to make sure that this absolute atrocity is seen and we put pressure. And you can see it's working across the country for every other country except for here.
Yeah.
Every other country. I'm so ashamed of this government, but we don't give up. We've just got to keep pushing and pushing.